Let's get into it. What a week. After Politico unearthed, we have to start with this, photos of him in women's lingerie, Madison Cawthorn dismissed the pictures as part of a game he played. I guess the left thinks goofy vacation photos during a game on a cruise, taken way before I ran for Congress, is going to hurt me, he tweeted. Let's show the photos. First of all, I want you to know something. I did some genuine reporting, and I figured out where the word quest came from, and bad news, it's from a Royal Caribbean cruise. It actually is. It is a adults-only late-night scavenger hunt game for after the kids go to bed. In other words, like the worst possible, least fun explanation. He should have kept the bra, though. It's not like he's getting any support from Republican leaders. Anyway, these vacation photos aren't nearly as damning as the ones he took at Hitler's house. Because my man loves the limelight. Madison Cawthorn was cited this week for having a gun at the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, echoing a previous incident in February of 2021 when TSA at Asheville Regional Airport found a gun in his carry-on. This time he forgot he had a small Derringer tucked into his bra like an Old West saloon whore who knows how to take care of herself and her girls. I want you to know something. We had a vigorous debate as to whether or not I could say whore. Don't answer. It's not for you or any one of us individually to decide. It's up to Elon now. Also on Tuesday, the Washington Examiner reported that Cawthorn may have committed insider trading when he promoted the Let's Go Brandon cryptocurrency in December. And that was it. That was when I was done. That's when I no longer could. Imagine if that was the line. And then today, nary a few hours ago, the Daily Mail published a video. I mean, they are just taking out the fucking trash on this guy. Those cocaine orgies are so real. How dare you make something like that up? Destroy him. Everything we've got. Open the barrels. All the nuke submarines. Everything we've got. The Daily Mail published a video of Madison Cawthorn flirting with an aide.
Be filled with passion and desire. I would like to see your naked body beneath my hands.
Me too. I'd like to do that as well. Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't know what's going on there. We don't know what's going on there. It's weird. He's doing a character. The video ends abruptly. It all feels like being gay is a joke, but beneath the irony and the layers of homophobia and the humor and the comedy of two men touching each other, that's some gay shit. It's like, it's just sort of like, you know, like you can't ironically eat something? Anyway, we here at Love It or Leave It have said from the jump that Madison Cawthorn is a cry for help on wheels, and we will continue to watch this space. We had a discussion about that one as well. In a private meeting with House Democrats, President Biden signaled that he's considering canceling student loans. Biden reportedly said it would depend on whether America can be a good girl, and he cracked a whip against the Resolute desk. Also this week, the Biden administration announced a series of initiatives to get more people to use the breakthrough COVID treatment Paxlovid. If you want to pitch in, step one is to get COVID. Disney's self-governing area, the Reedy Creek Improvement District, told its investors that Ron DeSantis in the state of Florida actually cannot legally dissolve the area's self-governance without paying off its debts, and that it plans to conduct business as usual in the meantime. Disney just patted Ron DeSantis on the head and said, "You're doing great, sweetie." I love this kind of thing where it's like, oh, there's politics and there's noise. They dissolved it. They passed it. It's all really happening. Nothing happens until a group of lawyers who don't give a fuck read something very old and sit around a table and say, no. Oh, you passed a law? This is America. We have a contract. You can't tell Disney what's going on. They're Disney. Oh, you passed a law? No. I think that's cool. Sometimes it's cool. Too much power. Why do they have a self-governing zone? The fuck? No, thank you. I don't want those people in charge of a government. No heroes in that story. Meanwhile, a California lawmaker is saying police in Santa Ana have been playing copyrighted music loudly to prevent videos of their conduct from circulating online. This is an example of something known as the Streisand effect, named for the time Barbra Streisand beat up a protester. Russian security forces revealed photos from an alleged bust of a Ukrainian neo-Nazi assassination attempt. You can see the photo here. One problem. For some reason, in addition to Nazi stuff, there are 3 visible copies in the photo of The Sims, as in the video game The Sims. This led some to believe that not only was the photo staged, but whoever put together the tableau was told to buy 3 Sims, as in SIM cards, and bought 3 copies of the game instead. Help, said one virtual resident of Magnolia Promenade. The Nazis haven't fed us in days. I know they weren't real Nazis, but we feel real things in here. I have a family, but they never gave us names. If you are my God, who's your God? Donald Trump said in a sworn deposition that he feared protesters could fling very dangerous fruit at him at events, listing examples like pineapples, tomatoes, bananas, stuff like that, and noting you can get killed with those things. 2 points. First of all, Trump, being afraid of fruit is why you're flushing 14 times. Fruit's your friend. Second, you want to see a dangerous fruit, spoil Drag Race again for me. Speaking of, in a new CNN report on January 6th, texts from Marjorie Taylor Greene to Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows show the Congresswoman begging him to get Trump to calm people as his supporters breach the Capitol. Wrote Marjorie Taylor Greene, please tell the president to calm people. This isn't the way to solve anything. Greene has a unique perspective on what does and does not solve problems as one of America's foremost problems. However, Greene also insisted to Meadows that the people storming the Capitol were, you guessed it, Antifa in disguise. Mark, we don't think these attackers are our people, she wrote. We think they are Antifa dressed like Trump supporters. So, tell the president to address the rioters who were actually Antifa, but who were there to disrupt the certification of Biden's victory, but who will listen to Trump if he gives them instructions. They came up, you see, what's interesting about these texts is they're coming up with lies on the fly. I heard they were Antifa. Someone said they're Antifa. They're Antifa. Crazy idea. We should say they're Antifa. The lies happen in the text chain. It's cool. 11 days later, Greene told Meadows he should talk to Trump about the possibility of declaring martial law, which Greene spelled like the discount department store Marshalls. Absolute chaos, every person for themselves, people screaming and grabbing supplies until the shelves are bare. Maybe she didn't misspell it at all. Mike Lindell, the MyPillow guy, also got in the mix, texting Mark Meadows about the algorithm of the corrupt machines. The algorithm of the corrupt machines is also what Biden calls it when he can't turn off his iPhone flashlight. Meta will open its first physical retail store next month in California, where customers will be able to try out its virtual and augmented reality devices. What happens if they try to leave without buying anything? Mark asked in a senior staff meeting last week. Well, nothing, sir. They can just leave. Interesting. Then there were 10 seconds of silence, and then the meeting moved on to how to get teen girls to click on more beauty tips. These kids aren't staying enough on these gua sha tutorials. They're asking questions like, can this be real? And no one knows. One person applauded. Gua sha tutorials. Can I just applaud if you've seen a gua sha tutorial? Applaud if you bought them immediately. Applaud if it's working. Okay. A visitor to Olympic State Park had to be rescued by firefighters after she fell into the park's outhouse while trying to retrieve her dropped cell phone. Listen, if I fall into a park outhouse and have to have firefighters rescue me from a vat of human shit, you all do me a favor and make sure they send the homeliest firefighters that they have. It has to be absolute trolls. I will not be rescued by hot people. A Florida bride and her caterer have been arrested for serving marijuana-laced food to unwitting wedding guests. One wedding guest, after finding out she'd been given edibles, became terrified, went to her car to try to sleep, but first texted herself an explanation of what happened in case she died. Anyway, crossing this back onto my list of ideas for the wedding planner. Megan Fox says she and Machine Gun Kelly consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. No, they don't. That's it. They just don't. And finally, Alan Cumming is offering $10,000 to find his former co-star in the 1997 movie Buddy, a chimpanzee named Tonka, who was last seen at a now-defunct breeding facility in Missouri. Missouri. Devastatingly, no one is searching for the remains of Alf. Think about the fact that you oohed harder for a puppet because you imagined the puppet being dead than for the real gorilla in the setup. Think about that. That's how you get Trump. And we're back. Listen. I said some things on Twitter this week that I can't take back. I'm sorry, I meant to say won't take back because I am 1,000% right about our modern Edison, our South African Benjamin Franklin, the titan of Tesla, the sultan of SpaceX, the auteur out of Austin, the sovereign of social media. That's right. I'm talking about Elon Musk. Here to talk me down from ruining my brand, if that's possible. It's tonight's wonderful guests, Paul F. Tompkins, Ashley Ray, and Matt Walsh. Come on out, everybody. Papa squat, you know? Listen, about Elon Musk. I know the fact that he just bought Twitter for $44 billion in a deal experts are now saying you could easily walk away from, and why wouldn't he? He got what we all needed out of it, attention. However, there is still a part of me I'm here to refer to as the little stinker. The aspect of my id that has to defend him. So we're going to hash out the truth of Elon Musk, and we're going to talk about his pros and cons in a segment we're calling Listen. And I want everyone here to know something. This segment grew out of a conversation in which I was pelted with insults and laughed at by several people as I defiantly said, Elon Musk is a genius. So I have pros, you all have cons,
Yes.
and we're going to see how this goes. Elon Musk, pro. In 2012, Elon Musk took the giving pledge, which means he pledged to donate the majority of his wealth in his lifetime or in his will.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
In fact, he hasn't.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything. He won't do anything. I think that's true of most billionaires. And it's like a pledge is such an old-fashioned, like medieval idea. It's like dependent upon a person's honor or whatever. He's not going to do that.
Not at all. And I'm also pretty sure in 2019 he said he'd give all that money to Grimes and her next album.
He's only given 1% of his net worth to charitable causes.
Well, that's not enough. Pro. Elon is using the earth displaced by his boring tunneling company to create cheap and durable boring bricks to be used for affordable housing.
Yeah, those bricks do not seem to have hit the market, and seemingly they have no plan to hit the market. The last article published about them was in 2020. Also, I don't think that Elon Musk knows what materials would make a house.
And, and what is the purpose of boring? They're drilling holes to do what exactly?
Just listen.
to
tunnels.
do what? They're drilling tons of holes in the earth to do what?
Look,
I just want to know. I want to
Open your
know.
mind. They're
I just
gonna-
want to
Yeah,
know.
okay. It is a very complicated idea. He's a genius, but take a train. You know, you're familiar with a train.
Yeah.
And then you put it in a tunnel underground.
And flood it or something? So it
no, you
moves?
just
Oh.
put it in a tunnel
Flood it
underground.
so it
Oh, so it moves like up and down like an elevator. I don't know.
No, it's just
He's
like
a genius.
He's
Why
a
would
genius. There's a lot of people out there who said underground trains were only theoretical.
Exactly.
That there
Wait a
was-
minute,
there
who
was-
said that?
There's a lot
We
of-
already have it's called the subway.
You're
There's a
thinking
lot
small.
of people who
You're
are
thinking
saying
small.
things like there's already a subway. But have you considered what if the tunnels were smaller and could only fit Teslas and were useless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you considered
Okay.
that? What if you sucked all the air out of the tunnel? So if you literally just touch
like
the
a
wall,
pneumatic tube or
Yeah.
if you
something?
just touch the wall by mistake,
What
you're
if?
dead.
Yeah.
What if traffic, but more?
Yeah. And then what if you took a car that was notorious for exploding and you put it in that tunnel?
Okay. Now I understand
like,
what boring is.
He's a genius, and I like my Tesla. I like it. And obviously, I didn't know he was going to go on Joe Rogan and interact with Cernovich when I got it. I didn't know what his next move was going to be. I was like, I don't know. He's an electric car space guy. I think this car is pretty cool. Next thing I know, he's fucking all right.
Yeah.
But I still like it because you can turn on the air from the app.
Yeah.
A lot of cars you can do that. A
Yeah,
lot of
that's
cars
not-
you can
yeah.
turn on your air conditioning with your
But-
key fob.
But it takes a genius to be third.
I don't know.
There
All right,
it is.
okay.
Think about it. Think about. Okay, hold on a second. SpaceX. All right.
Okay.
I like space. I like
Yeah,
SpaceX.
yeah.
I like SpaceX.
You like the idea of
I like what
SpaceX?
he's done with SpaceX.
What
I
has he
think.
done with it?
Yeah.
He got it. He got the government prize. He did it. He
Did it.
The government
Hey,
prize.
he
He did. He
secured
won it.
money.
He won the race.
I admire him for acquiring more money.
I'll tell you. Can I tell you a story? This is a real story.
Yeah.
I was invited to a fancy LA dinner party once. I did not make the
Never
second.
again.
Didn't make the second dinner. But I was sitting across from Vince Gilligan, who I don't think liked me. He was lovely. No one at this dinner was bad but me. And then I ended up, and there was some, and I didn't know how to make conversation on this side at all. I was failing. And I was sitting next to Elon Musk. This is real. And no one could get anything going with Elon Musk. And so finally I turned to him and I was like, tell me about the rockets. I just was like, tell me about the rockets. And he lit up like a little boy.
Sure.
Wow.
And then he talked about the rockets taking off and landing, and he took out a phone and he showed me, he said, we're going to have rockets that take off and land on their butts.
Yeah.
And then he fucking did it.
He
Use
did it.
He did it.
He did it.
He
I
did
agree
it.
with you.
Pro. Elon's
did it.
cool. Bro. Elon's
know-
cool. Join with me.
I met the Winklevosses at a dinner once.
You met the Winklevosses at
I
a
met
dinner?
one of the Winklevosses at a dinner once.
How do you know which
That's-
one?
yeah.
I don't know which one, but he was big on Bitcoin, and I was trying to understand it.
They're so
I
big
like
on
10
it.
didn't
years
think they
ago.
could get
Maybe it was
worse.
both of them and they just
Yeah.
kind of divided and conquered.
They were like going in and out of the room.
Like, oh God,
Like
Matt
tagging
Walsh
it.
is out
Yeah,
there.
oh God,
I
we'll
can't
split
take
this
much
one
more
up.
of this.
You go.
Yeah.
Talk about Bitcoin. Maybe it'll go away.
Bro, Elon created the tech that made PayPal possible with his online bank X.com, which merged to create the company we now know as PayPal in the year 2000.
But I mean, that wasn't that hard.
Yeah,
I say
that's
this
boring.
Yeah.
That's boring.
That's
Real
not
boring.
that hard to figure
That's
out.
actually
It's not hard to
boring.
figure out.
So it's essentially you're tying your bank, you're giving your bank information to a third-hand website.
Yeah.
Like that's not.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think
That's not a
Somebody
genius.
would've
figured
gotten
out
there.
Spending money on the internet. We would have gotten there. Sorry, Elon.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say I also have a dinner story with Elon. I was sitting next to him.
Oh, and then we'll go around the table.
Yeah. And
I don't have one. I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I have my
I don't
best.
either. I don't
actually,
either.
for
Break
me,
it up. I don't either.
Make it up, Paul.
he got very excited because I had a Rick and Morty tattoo, and then he spent 15 minutes showing me Pickle Rick.
That's,
Con.
I'm calling that a
That's
fucking
a con.
pro.
That is a-
that is
no,
100%
that is absolutely a con.
That is a pro, people.
Absolutely
We are
a con.
delighted by
That's
Elon
a pro.
Musk.
That's a pro.
That's a fucking
That's a
pro.
pro.
Matt is
What?
on my
That
side.
makes me like
I've
him.
won him back.
You like
I
when
have
people
won him
walk up
back.
to you and they start doing ass pennies?
No, but I mean, he liked something common and seemingly
But
was
then
nice
he
to
did
her.
it back to her.
Yeah, he's
All right.
like, come on. Why is he watching Rick and Morty?
What was your general experience after that interaction?
I made it up. That didn't really happen.
Oh, wait a minute!
Matt, please.
Wait a
Twist!
minute! I just
Twist!
got dunked on by
Fucking
Ashley.
twist.
I don't want to introduce you to the wonder that is improv comedy. But thank you. Thank you.
Pro.
I should have bought
Bro.
Bitcoin.
Pro. Eventually, people understand how to open the Tesla door once you've explained it a couple times. It eventually becomes intuitive. Pro. I think it's great that you can't open the glove box without touching a button on a screen. It's 2 menus deep, and I think that's cool.
The con about those handles is in the wintertime, if you live in a place where it gets cold, you can't open your car door.
And I think that rules. Pro, move to California.
Okay.
Also, who
con.
needs gull-wing doors on a minivan? Like, why do you need doors to open
Right.
like that? Because then
Yeah.
you can't park in a narrow space because you can't open the door practically.
Pro, I think it's cool that car was designed by someone who does not like or interact with his own children.
Yes,
True.
Genius.
True.
that's
Yes.
true.
I would say con, anytime I get into an Uber driver's car and they have a Tesla, I feel bad for them. Like, what went wrong in your life?
Nothing. It's fun and awesome. Pro.
They were hoping that Tesla would be driving them to somewhere
Yeah.
more interesting.
More interesting. And now they're just picking me up to drive me to a dispensary. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
Pro. I don't have to go to I don't have to go to the gas station anymore.
You can get that with. You can do that with a Kia Niro. You can do that with a Chevy Bolt. Like,
Yeah.
there's a million cheaper, simpler cars to do that.
Yeah.
To not go to the gas
That
station.
have zero ties to Elon Musk.
Also, did you know Tesla charging ports are powered by whatever the local energy source is? So in West Virginia, for example, Teslas are essentially powered by coal.
Coal, the energy
Coal.
villain.
Yeah. How does that
Mansion
feel?
country.
Pro, I got a blue one. All right, well, I think we've all learned a lot here. That's listen. That's listen about Elon Musk. It's hard to end it when it's called listen. And is Elon Musk a genius?
No.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
No one's talking enough about how brave I was to do this.
It's very true.
Yes.
It's very true.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's my real position. Here's my real position. I think the same about Elon Musk when I see his tweets as I think about Ben Carson when I saw him exist.
Right.
Which is when I see Ben Carson in the world, I think, oh, being a brain surgeon is easier than I thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I see Elon Musk's tweet, I think, okay, maybe starting PayPal, SpaceX, and Tesla. We didn't start Tesla. But turning Tesla into Tesla is easier than it looks. That's all. That's what I think.
I mean, it helps if you're the child of an emerald miner.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying
you're the
that.
What is it,
child
was it
of
diamonds?
literal apartheid.
Diamonds, okay.
Yeah. Blood diamonds in South Africa.
I'm not saying he didn't have a little bit of a jump start. I'm not saying he didn't get. I'm not saying he get a little. Look at him saying he started on second. I've lost you all completely.
Respect